Dear videographer, one thing is very clear. You cannot build a $50,000 to $100,000 a month video agency alone. You need help. You need a team. You need a team of A players. But hiring can be tedious and add a lot more work to your plate, which you don't really want to do. You don't want to manage these people. And then in the end think after every single time an employee has completed a task, be like, oh, I could have done this better. And you will feel like that if you don't do it right. Trust me, I've been there before because I've hired over 35 people and fired most of them again. And now across my two companies, I have 15 employees. They're absolute goats, absolute A+ players. And the reason why is because I managed them correctly and I built the team correctly. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can do that too. All right, so how do you actually train and build a team and lead your team so that you can get to revenue numbers you cannot even dream of right now while having an amazing working and private relationship with these people? Well, look at this. My people even sent me messages or sent the entire company messages like Peter here. I just want to say this out loud here. I worked for quite a few companies, up to even 100 people organization. None of them comes close to Money Tree. The setup, the communication, the trainings, the accountability is second to none here. I'm grateful to be here and I can't wait to meet you guys, shake hands and have a drink together. This guy, Jay, says this is the exact reason I chose to work with them, and once I started, it turned out to be even better than they said it was. And that is exactly what you want to achieve with your team, right? Because if your people are so motivated, they love working with you, then that means that growth is pre-programmed and failure is absolutely eliminated. So you gotta understand the following things. First of all, you work for your team, not the other way around. It's not that you have so many people working for you, you have so many people that you work for. Second of all, your team is your family and you're the lion who puts the food on the table, okay? You have to consider that these people are there to be working with you on your mission and therefore they're your family. You have to take care of them. Your team models you. If you suck, they suck. If you turn up late to work, they will turn up late to work. If you don't hit deadlines, they will not hit deadlines. Don't blame your people, blame yourself first. Consistency is everything. So stay consistent even if you don't feel like it. Sometimes you're in a drought, sometimes life is hard, so many things are going on. You gotta push through. You gotta stay consistent because only with consistency you're gonna get results. And only when you're consistent, your team is consistent. So then you also gotta treat your employees well and they will treat your clients well. This is one of the most important things that I learned is when you treat your employees, your team amazing, they will treat your clients amazing. Therefore, will bring in more revenue because your clients are more happy. And obviously the sixth thing, don't try to be perfect, okay? Instead, show that you're just as human as them. Make mistakes and improve and also tell them. I always tell my people, hey guys, make mistakes, but learn from them. Don't make them twice, don't make them 3 times. Make as many mistakes as you want, but learn from them and don't do them again. So with that knowledge, what you gotta do next is read these books and implement. You gotta read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. You gotta read Good to Great by Jim Collins, and you gotta read Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. If you implement the things from these books, you're gonna be a pretty damn good leader for your team. But how do you actually train your team? Because training your team is one of the most important things. Otherwise, you're never gonna feel like you're progressing, you feel like you're stagnating and the company doesn't move forward. Well, what you gotta do is you gotta train your employees like a professional sports team. Okay, you gotta find and analyze problems within your team. You gotta really look into what your people are doing and finding out how they can improve. You gotta find short and long-term solutions, and you gotta do training sessions to develop your team on a consistent basis. I'll show you how. What you wanna do is you wanna do team meetings that only when they're necessary, okay? There's no point in doing meetings for every little thing. What we use instead is Slack, communication software. We communicate with our team in there. That's totally enough. You want to stick to a meeting agenda when you do meetings. You want to make sure there is a specific goal, there is a timeline for the meeting, and the outcome is clear to everybody. And when there are important meetings, schedule enough time. Don't try to rush it. Take your time to really analyze and find the problems and therefore the solutions. But which meetings do you actually need? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, what we do is a daily all-hands-in team meeting. Everybody, weekday, Monday through Friday, joins this meeting. It's a quick 15-minute meeting. Then, training sessions in teams and or with the entire company, depending on how large your team is. So if you have multiple editors, you do training sessions with just the editors. If you have enough videographers, you do training sessions with them, project managers, whatever, right? Salespeople, different training sessions for each of them. You do weekly KPI analyzing. Everybody needs to analyze their KPIs in terms of putting them in an end of day report, and you analyze that. Weekly fun sessions, don't forget that. Have fun with your team, and I'll show you how that works, as well as monthly company vision meetings. These are the only 5 meeting types that you need, except for emergency meetings, of course. So let's talk about the daily team meetings. Frequency daily. The reason is team motivation and connection to the company. This boosts the company culture, therefore how the team likes you and the company, and therefore revenue. Now the agenda is high energy intro first from your side. Then you want to go through the wins of the last day of everybody. You want to put some positive propaganda in their minds, right? They should share their biggest win. Then the goals of the day, and then they can ask questions. That's the daily team meetings. Then the training sessions. Frequency, sales team daily, other teams when it's needed, typically like once a week. Now in these training sessions, the reasons for them are improve skills and results with speed. And the agenda is an intro to the training session, explain the problem you're going to look at, use your team training organizer, which is pretty much just a list of problems that your team currently has. Then teach the solution, go through questions and set action steps for the team. Then, important, record every training session and save them to use it for onboarding or training for new employees in the same position. So then they don't even have these problems that your team currently has. Then the weekly KPI analyzing session. Frequency, weekly. Reason, tracking and hitting KPIs is the key for the growth of your business. And agenda is intro, going through the KPIs, setting goals for next week, and going through questions. Then the weekly fun sessions, one of my favorite. Frequency, weekly. Reason, connect more with the team. Also, some activities besides working are important, okay? You can play a video game together or even expand that into a real life activity from time to time. Go-karting together, do whatever you feel like, but do something that is fun for everybody. Agenda, intro, and fun. That's it. Then the monthly company meetings. Frequency, monthly. Reason, the team needs to understand where the company is going. Based on this, they can set their own goals as well. You will share your vision, your culture, like all the things you plan with your company, and make sure everybody understands. We do these every single month and make sure that our team is aligned and pulling on the same string and rowing in the same direction. Agenda is an intro, then we go to company mission and vision through the core values that we have, and then through the numbers and goals for the next month. So now that you know that, use it, apply it to your team, make sure your team turns into absolute GOATs and A players like my team does, and well, ultimately build a video agency of your dreams, right? Now, speaking of that, if you want to grow your revenue, if you want to make more money, then you should watch that free video training that is linked right next to me. It is about the Video Business Academy consulting program, a program where we're currently helping over 280 videographers worldwide grow their business, and you can be one of them. So go click that right now, watch it, and we'll see each other there. See ya.